cover. But runner's just going to stay at third base. So Osvac moves himself over to third base. Pass ball, single. He's going to score him. Meyer, after being robbed of a hit earlier on, trying not to make the first and the last out of the inning. Now sitting here at 1-1 as that fastball clicked the outside corner. The pitch. This one, a little bloop single, and that's going to get into right field, and that could roll deep, and that is going to roll deep. That's going to roll to the wall. This could be 3. Takes the big turnaround second. He's going to third. They're going to throw it to third. He's going to be in there sliding. And the Shanley Deacons have now hit for the cycle in the inning. They've got a single, a double, a triple, and they got the home run. They've also gotten a pair of walks. So that's 8 runs on 5 hits for Shanley. Jordan Leninger coming up. He takes the big bender at the top of the strike zone, and that's going to be a called strike. The inning started auspicious enough, as it looked like Valley City might be able to limit the damage. This one chopped over to Peterson at short. The throw on the first is going to hit Fisher right in the chest, and mercifully, this inning is over. But not before Shanley busts the game open early. It is an 8-0 Deacon lead. We'll see here if Valley City can respond here in the bottom of the first. Keep it right here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Grottberg Electric believes in quality first, taking pride in the work and standing behind every project they do. They bring together the power, technology, and experience to keep your business online. The success of Grottberg Electric depends on 3 major ideals: the quality of their products, the commitment to their customers, and most of all, their customer service. Call Grottberg Electric today at 845-3010 or visit them online, grottbergelectric.com.
Don't leave your wiring to chance. Plug into your #1 electrical source, Highline Electric. They're the experts in residential, commercial, and industrial electrical work. No cutting corners at Highline Electric. Call 845-0731. They'll give you a free estimate before any work is done. Family owned since 1986 with Chad and Tracy Zahn. And I promise, the price won't shock you. Highline Electric in Valley City. Call 845-0731. Building a reputation of integrity and quality.
Every body is different. Some experience injuries, while others need extra support.
I'll help you, Grandma.
At Jamestown Regional Medical Center, your health is what matters most. Our orthopedics and sports medicine team care for you and your unique needs. Their goal is to help you live your best life. Choose Jamestown Regional Medical Center for care of hips, shoulders, knees, and broken bones. Learn more at jrmcnd.com/orthopedics.
Welcome back here to Charlie Brown Memorial Baseball Field. Jerry Edwards here with you on KOVC. Well, the good news about the top of the first inning is that it's over. The bad news is, well, the Shanley Deacons pushed across 8 runs on 5 hits, 3 errors in that first inning. The inning got, I wouldn't say out of hand quick. A 3-run inning is not insurmountable, but Adam Leninger hit a 3-run bomb in the first inning that got the scoring started. Tommy Simon then got a single. Bodemeyer then hit into a fielder's choice RBI that looked like it was going to keep the inning kind of maintained, but then an E4, a walk, a double, a triple, ends up pushing the deficit up to 8 runs. So on the mound today will be Michael Rosberg for Shanley. We'll see here if the Highliners can respond again. And if they're going to try to keep this game kind of within striking distance, a good place to start would be to get the starting pitcher off the mound early. And you can do that one or 2 ways. Both require a little bit of patience. You can either try to make him throw pitches by making him strike you out by taking the approach of waiting till he gets 2 strikes to start swinging, or you can be aggressive and try to go out and try to get all the runs back as quickly as possible. Gavin Gerhardt, the leadoff man, takes a high fastball for strike 1. Gerhardt, the righty, slightly open stance in that right-hand box. Next pitch, just outside for ball one. Leininger, the catcher, an aggressive framer. He tried to drag that ball from the outside half and then bring it back over the plate. Sets up outside again. The pitch came back over the middle, but sky high, and that count's going to be a 2-1. Good velocity I can see from Rosberger in this game. Question is, though, how good is the command? You can throw 100 miles an hour, but if you can't spot it, you are going to allow a lot of men to reach base. And Gerhardt, probably the most patient hitter on Valley City as he takes ball three high and outside. Gerhardt digging into the box. Rosberg likes the first sign he sees. Kicks and delivers. Fastball runs inside for ball four, and Gerhardt's going to start out the game with a walk for the Highliners.
The left fielder, number 16, Will Schwer.
Left fielder Will Schwer batting second. Schwer, another righty in this Valley City offense. Going to be interesting to see how big a lead Gerhardt's going to take over at first base. Modest lead over at first. Good quick delivery home, and Rosberg's going to deliver for a swinging strike. Sometimes you see that out of pitchers that do have a lot of velocities. They're a bit slower to home. Not Rosberg, though. He has a decently quick delivery to home plate. He's eyeing once, eyeing twice. Throws a nasty slurve. That ran right in on the hands of Will Schwer. That ball started at his helmet and wound down near his belt buckle. Can't blame him for giving up on that one. 0-2 count. Next pitch. Did he hold up his swing? They're going to peel down over to second base. Umpire is going to say he held, and from my vantage point, it looked like he held the bat back as well. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here with no outs. Valley City looking to claw back from a big deficit early. They are down 8-0 here in the bottom of the first inning. The pitch. Throws that bender again, and Schwer's going to have to put that one back in the old memory book as
The pitcher, number 6,
twice Rosberg threw that slider, slurve, whatever you want to call it. Both times Schwer gave up on it early, and both times it ran back over the inside corner for a called strike. So Max Mayhews. Interesting to see if he does go indeed back out on the mound. Takes a called strike, as that's a fastball that dots the outside corner. Rosberg looking down the pipe. Kicks, fires, and delivers. That one's going to be a ball up and in. Even from up here, you can see that I can see the ball had a bit of a different spin to it, so it looks like he's throwing not necessarily a pure changeup, but more or less a what you would call a BP fastball. That time, going to pick off over to first base. Not in time. Gerhardt back in with the slide. 1 ball, 1 strike with 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Rosberg eyeing the target, kicks and deals. Fastball is going to scrape the dirt, and that count's going to go to 2-1. Saw this from Valley City when they played Fargo South. They were willing to take their walks. They drew 11 walks in that ball game. That one's going to be in the dirt as well. Count goes to 3-1. So even if they don't get a lot of hits off Rosberg, if they can make him throw pitches, draw those walks, and kind of play for the one big hit, well, they could do damage. Gerhardt off and running. Throw is in there, and that ball is going to go into center field. Gerhardt thought about going to third, but he's going to check his progress over at second base. So the fastball is in there for a called strike. Adam Leininger through the throw down to second base. That was high and away from the covering second baseman. So full count now here at 3-2 with 1 out. Gerhardt getting that stolen base. Finds himself in scoring position. Mayhews hasn't taken a hack at a pitch yet. Interesting to see if Rosberg challenges him. Throws that bender. That one, a late swing, pops it high into the air. Leininger trying to find it, and it goes into the triangle of doom, and no one can find it. The first baseman going for the ball, the pitcher going for the ball, the catcher going for the ball. Someone says, I have it, and then at the last minute says, I don't got it, and the ball falls in the middle. And so, Mayhew stays alive through that bender. He's very confident in that breaking pitch to throw it on a full count. Next pitch to Mayhew, throws it again, gets another late swing, but this one's going to be well up and foul and over everything. Looks like it goes behind our broadcasting studios. So full count now at 3-2. Still making them throw. I don't know if Mayhew's just sitting on the fastball, fouling off the off speed. Throws the bender again. That one high and away, and Mayhew's just confidently drops the bat down, and he'll take his jog down to first base.
The catcher, number 9, Broden Muskie.
So the catcher, Broden Muskie, coming up. Both teams having their catchers hit cleanup today. Muskie would love nothing more than to spark his team with a big fly himself. Looks like Shanley playing deep, especially out in right field. Infield at a usual shift. That one's going to be outside as the count goes to 1-0. So, Valley City doing what they did when they played Fargo South. Make the pitcher who's got electric stuff throw strikes. The pitch. That one belted down the left field line. Way back. It's going to slice foul. And that was probably about 15 or so feet from being a home run. The launch angle made that ball look like it was hit a ton. But that was a very good swing out of Muskie. He'd love to duplicate it, but just square it up a little bit more. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on, second and first for the Highliners. The pitch. That bender, that's nasty, but that time it was a ball. You almost, as a hitter, have to open yourself up a little bit more. You almost have to anticipate when he's going to throw it to give yourself a better opportunity of keeping your hands in and driving it. Fastball. Muskie's going to chop this down the third base line and just goes foul. That was foul. That was a fair ball until probably about 3 feet from the bag, and it finally just caught enough English to slice into foul territory. Count now sitting here at 2-2. Muskie's put a couple of good swings on the ball, but just not been able to keep them fair. So Rosberg dealing with 2 runners on. Kicks and deals. The pitch. Catcher tried to frame it, but the umpire not buying it. And if I could offer a piece of advice to Linegar, don't be so aggressive on the frame. Umpire's seeing you kind of snap that left arm back into the strike zone, and not going to get many calls that way. Full count. The pitch high and outside. We're going to be dealing with bases loaded here for the Highliners. And as for now, there's going to be no conversation on the mound.
Number 10, Kai Kringley.
So Kai Kringley, today's center fielder, made the dazzling catch out in center field for the first out of the ball game. And he would like nothing more than maybe to find a hit out in center field as well. If he can find a gap, give his team a bit of momentum. And it looked like that Rosberg's going to stay out of his stretch. That's a bender that was right over the heart of the plate for in there for a strike. So Rosberg is slowing down his stretch. This one pelted down the left field line, but that's going to slice foul. So Rosberg, when he had runners he had to manage, he was going through kind of a quick stretch. Now this time he slowed it down, and he's finding a lot more consistency. But that fastball's going to be high and out of the zone, so the count's going to move to 1-2. So he has to slow down his stretch to find consistency, to find the strike zone with runners on. It offers the opportunity to steal off them, but it does give him the ability to have more accuracy. And he's going to get Kringley to chase a pitch on the outer black, and that's going to be a swinging strike 3.
The first baseman, number 4, Robert Fisher.
So Robert Fisher coming up, the first baseman. So 3 walks, 2 strikeouts in the inning. And now Muskie's going to jog back into the dugout as it looks like it's going to be Trevor Fetch coming in to run. So Fisher looking to drive in the runners here with 2 outs. They're making Rosberg work, but in these situations, you got to find that big swing. Fastball in there for a called strike as the count goes to 0-1. Rosberg eyeing the target. Likes the first sign he sees. Kicks and fires. That one in there for a called strike. Slowing down that stretch has helped him a lot. He was seemingly rushing through his stretch when he was dealing with runners early on in the ballgame. Now with the runners all over the bases, doesn't have to worry about holding anybody on. And gets a call on the outer black. 3 straight fastballs on the outside corner. 3 straight called strikes. And it's 3 Ks and 3 walks and no runs for the Highliners as we go to the top of the second. Shanley leading 8-0 here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Congratulations to all mothers and graduates from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, your community Health Mart pharmacy. During the month of May, giftware is 20% off in time for Mother's Day, graduations, and just because. For all your healthcare needs and prescriptions, see your trusted healthcare resource, Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, downtown Valley City. Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
At Bank Forward, we focus on building relationships. Hi, I'm Kara Weep with Bank Forward in Valley City. Whether it's opening a checking account, saving for college, or starting your own business, Bank Forward is the bank big enough to help, but we're small enough to know your name. Call 845-1220 or visit bankforward.com today. Striving to be the bank that defines customer service since 1927. It's simply the Forward way. Bank Forward, member FDIC.
Now is the time, now is the time.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Welcome back in here to Charlie Brown Memorial Field. Jerry Edwards here with you on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC. Set to begin the second inning here. There's an 8-0 lead for Shanley, as it was a rather long first inning. Shanley, of course, having the 8 runs, but Valley City drawing 3 walks. Fortunately for them, could not put a ball in play as they went down on strikes 3 times. This is going to bring up the catcher, Adam Lininger, who, well, he started off the game about the best way as you could. First pitch he saw, deposits it over to right field fence for a 3-run shot. So Lininger takes first pitch outside for ball 1. Next pitch, gonna lay down a bunt. And he's hustling down to first, a bit of a clutch over at third, and he is gonna be safe. The ball was bobbled by Fisher, but he was hustling down the line, and a bit of a double clutch over there by Gerhardt, and that allowed him to beat it out.
The shortstop, number 1, Tommy Simon.
So you don't see that every day. Cleanup hitter that hits a 3-run shot his first at bat and then bunts the ball down the third base line. Tommy Simon, shortstop, hit a single his first time up. Takes a fastball outside for ball 1, or excuse me, strike 1, excuse me. So Simon, again, he's got one of those wristbands that have, guess, situations, has codes on them. Next pitch, gonna run inside, and that one's gonna go for ball 1. Starting to see this more from teams now. Instead of the traditional, tap head, tap elbow signs, you're starting to see more just throwing up numbers, and the batter will then consult their notes. That one's going to be low and outside. Count goes to 2-1. Before I worked here in Valley City, I worked up in Grafton. And Grafton baseball had the same system. And they had, I kid you not, 85 different signs that they would use at any given time. And a lot of them were for the same thing. Next pitch This is going to be hit out into straight center field. Kringley's got a good read on it. Moving back, gets underneath of it, makes the catch. Runner's going to jog back down to first base.
The pitcher, number 27, Michael Rosberg.
So this is going to bring up Michael Rosberg. 0 for 1 today. He hit the ball over to third base. It looked like that it was going to just be a fielder's choice out at first. Gerhardt tried to get that runner at second with an athletic throw, just threw it a bit too low and not allowed all the runners to move up. So runner on first with 1 out. That's going to be a slow bending ball in there, and that one's going to go for a called strike. So it is going to be Mayhew still sticking out there on the mound. And they're going to consult their notes. I don't know what notes you need when you're up 8-0 in the second inning. Rosberg digging into the right-hand box. The pitch. That's going to be low and outside. Runner off and going. Could be an opportunity. Low throw. Skips over it. Hits off the shortstop. Hits off the runner. And eventually finds itself still in the infield. So there's a good block by Muskie. But you're a catcher. There's a fine line in between a perfect throw and a scuff ball. And just left it a bit too short of the bag. A little bit more distance on it. Runner would have been out by a mile. Bender in there at the knees for a called strike. And Rosberg, if he was playing any other position, might be able to say something to the umpire. But he's the pitcher, and he wants that call himself. 1-2 now to Rosberg. Fastball dots the outside corner. And Rosberg disgruntledly shakes his head but doesn't say anything. And so that's going to be the first strikeout of the game for Mayhews. So the backwards K makes it 2 outs here in this second inning. So an opportunity to get through this inning clean if they can sit down the left fielder, Bowden Meyer. Pitch to Meyer in there for a called strike. And Shanley were very aggressive on the first pitch in the first inning. Now they're starting to kind of hang off of it. Mayhew's been able to get ahead in the count here very early in the second inning. That one's going to miss outside for ball 1, and they throw it all the way back down to second base. It's a risky play. It's a very low percentage play if you're the catcher. 30% throwout rate's great if you're getting a guy trying to steal, and that's when they're far away from second base, let alone trying to get someone back on a pick back. Never usually works, but keeps the runner on their toes. That fastball in there for a called strike, so the count now at 1-2 to Meyer. Mayhew's trying to work a clean inning. That one laced into the dugout, and that one nearly kneecaps the on-deck man and nearly kneecaps the guy that's sitting in the hole, and he'll get some razzing from his dugout. They would preferably like you to hit it into the outfield and not into the dugout. So that one player on the Texas Rangers that hit the ball into like the Chicago White Sox dugout like 5 times in a row or something. Takes a big swing and a miss and foul tips it into the glove. Meyer felt the contact. Thought it was a foul ball, took a look at the catcher. Catcher showed him the ball, and now he's going to walk back to the dugout. So it's back-to-back strikeouts for the Deacons as they wind up with nothing. So we go to the dot with the bottom of the second inning. Score still at 8-0 here on the Voice of the Valley, KLVC.
Gas up your vehicle and refuel yourself at the best gas station in town, Brothers 3. Brothers 3 in Valley City is your one-stop shop for fuel, snacks, and great service. And if spring fever has you thinking about fishing, remember they have the area's best of fishing bait and tackle. When you're close to E, head to Brothers 3 to refuel and stock up. And be sure to check in often for monthly specials at Brothers 3, your locally owned neighborhood convenience store.
Time to get growing with the Garden Center at Smith Lumber Home Center. They've got vegetables, herbs, perennials, trees, shrubs, and all the beautiful flowers, plus garden fertilizer. Full line of iron art has arrived, including arbors. Need a tiller? They've got them at the rental center. And don't forget about Mom. All kinds of Mother's Day gift ideas in the Garden Center and the Home Center, all the way down to a Mother's Day card. Smith Lumber Home Center on East Main, Valley City, celebrating a 100th anniversary in June.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all of your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout at CPA 701-845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member FINRA and SIPC.
Beef it up with an order of locally fed and grown beef from Valley Meat Supply in Valley City. Order by the front, side, or hind. It's all cut, wrapped, and sharp frozen. Valley Meat also has hogs, half or whole, and check their meat cases for a large selection of fresh meats and sausages. They slaughter every Tuesday and Thursday. Call 845-4705 or 800-752-5142. Load up your freezer now with the best beef or pork from Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City.
Welcome back, everyone, here to Valley City as we are set to begin our next inning of play. I was going to run inside for a ball, and the count starts out here at 1-0. So the count over here at 1-0. Next pitch going to be sliced down the right field line. That is going to go foul. And the count now at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike here. Next pitch, that's going to be a big bender in there for a called strike 2. So 1 ball, 2 strikes here in the bottom of the second inning here on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. It is a 8-0 lead here for the Shanley Deacons. Fastball in the dirt, and that's going to go to 2-2. The Raw Lockout Financial, if you keep it simple and invest properly, your dollars will go farther. Into the windup for Rossberg. Kicks and deals. That bender again just locks up the right-hand batter. And that one gets in for a called strike. And Jack Samuelson is sat down for out number 1. That is now the 3rd strikeout looking here for the Highliners. And every single time it has been on that bender. Right fielder Corbin Powell digging into the box. Rosberg kicks and deals. This one chopped into the dugout. And that's going to start the count at 0-1. So 0-1 here with 1 out here in the bottom of the second inning. Rosberg back into the windup, eyeing down that target. Hickson fires that one outside. Oh, 2 count. Back into the windup. Fastball skied into the air. This is going to be playable. Everyone looking around for it, and he's going to make the catch.
The shortstop, number 3, Carver.
So Carver Peterson trying to keep this inning alive. It's going to be outside for ball 1. So this has been a much more productive inning for Shanley, as last time they had to work to get all 3 outs. This time, not so much. This time they've really just been able to kind of hang back and let the Highliners do the work for them. Peterson looking to lay down a bunt, pulls it back. Count now moves to 2-0. What really taxed Rosberg in that first inning was his ability to kind of get himself into trouble by not being able to throw strikes consistently out of the stretch. Fastball, this is going to be swung on right into the dirt. Catcher's going to let it roll foul. And that's going to go for a foul ball. As a pitcher, sometimes you want your catcher to play that ball, especially if it's right in front of you. It's rolling down the line, let it go. But if it's right in front of you, I'd rather you take the chance to get him out at first base than run the risk of me having to throw that extra pitch. So the count's going to move now to 2-1 with 2 outs. So 2 balls here with 1 strike and 2 outs here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. Back into the windup he goes and delivers. This one slashed over to third. Down to 1 knee to make the play. Throw it to first in plenty of time. And it's the 5-3 putout to end things here in the 2nd inning. So we go to the 3rd. It is a 8-0 lead for the Shanley Deacons here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Don't leave your wiring to chance. Plug into your #1 electrical source, Highline Electric. They're the experts in residential, commercial, and industrial electrical work. No cutting corners at Highline Electric. Call 846 with Chad and Tracy's on. And I promise, the price won't shock you. Highline Electric in Valley City. Call 845-0731. Building a reputation of integrity and quality.
Every body is different. Some experience injuries, while others need extra support.
I'll help you, Grandma.
At Jamestown Regional Medical Center, your health is what matters most. Our orthopedics and sports medicine team care for you and your unique needs. Their goal is to help you live your best life. Choose Jamestown Regional Medical Center for care of hips, shoulders, knees, and broken bones. Learn more at jrmcnd.com/orthopedics.
Bayshore Cityside is a leading power sports and marine dealer, proudly serving the Valley City area. Their goal is to help you with all your needs: sales, service, accessories, and apparel. Experience the lineup of Polaris utility vehicles and ATVs, Starcraft boats and pontoons, and Steel outdoor tools. At Bayshore Cityside, they're committed to finding the right products at the best possible price. And certified technicians are always on hand to take care of your service needs. Bayshore Cityside, West Main, Valley City.
Welcome back here to Charlie Brown Memorial Baseball Field here on a Cinco de Mayo. It is a 8-0 lead for the Deacons here on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Next pitch is going to make it a 2-1 count here as Landon Hale leading things off in this inning for the Deacons. That one in there for a called strike, and the count now goes to 2-2. So for the Highliners, they'd like to build upon what was a good defensive 2nd inning for them. It was a good bounce-back inning for Mayhews. Looking for the called strike, and he gets it as he locks up Hale for his 3rd strikeout.
The right fielder, number 19, Zach Boren.
So the count now we reset to 0-0 as the new man, Zach Bowden, steps into the batter's box. The right fielder, representing the bottom of the Shanley order, gets buzzed inside, the lefty does, and that's going to make the count 1-0. So for righties on lefties, it's probably one of the bigger known advantages for a left-hand batter to be facing a right-handed pitcher. That fastball in there for a called strike. The right-hand pitchers that do well against left-hand batters do a good job of keeping the ball on the outside part of the plate. Tries to throw that slide piece, tries to backdoor it with him. Gets a late swing and fouls it off as the count goes to 1-2. But if you can throw that slider or whatever breaking ball you have on the outside part of the plate to lefties, you're not going to generate a lot of great contact, and blows the fastball right by Bowden. So that's now 4 straight strikeouts for Mayhews, as he's put a tumultuous 1st inning in the rearview mirror, but now he has to confront the men behind that tumultuous 1st inning, with Sam Osvac having a double and a triple in the ballgame. And he wastes no time and slaps it the other way. Gerhard dives to get to it and just couldn't get it out of his glove. And so Sam Osvac is now a home run away from the cycle.
The first baseman, number 2, Landon Meyer.
So this is going to bring up Landon Meyer. Osvac wasting no time when he's in the batter's box. If he sees a pitch, he's like he's taking a rip. And sometimes it does have its advantages, taking a swing at the first good thing you see. You see a lot of batters trying to work counts nowadays. This one's going to be laced through the exact same spot, this time into left field for a hit. So it's back-to-back singles as the middle part of the order is coming up. Jordan Lininger coming up. He grounded out to shortstop to end the first inning. And now he's going to try to put his team ahead, perhaps by double digits if he can find a gap with one swing. He drew a walk in his first AB. So he's 0 for 1 on the day. All his ABs coming in that first inning. So the righty digging in. A dangerous Adam Lininger on deck. He's got that 3-run homer. Takes a fastball, and that's going to be just a touch low, and that's going to start him off with a 1-0 count. So 8 runs on 8 hits for the Deacons today. Mayhews taking a look in at the target. Kicks and deals. Bender. Not sure where that missed. Might have been a touch inside. Count's going to go to 2-0. So 2-0 count here with 2 outs. And the next pitch. That one was a ball. That one buzzes him up and inside. Count moves to 3-0. And Adam Lininger, the catcher, if he gets an opportunity to hit here, you're going to see the fastest taking off of shin guards in your life. And that might have been a makeup call. That gets called a strike, but that hasn't been called a strike much in this ball game. Next pitch in there, that's going to go for a high ball 4, and this is going to load the bases up. And folks, you're watching the quickest takeoff of catching shin guards in your life as the man with a 3-run homer gets the opportunity to come in with the bases loaded. So we've seen this story unfold multiple times with Valley City. They get 2 quick outs, and then whether it's walks, singles, the other team keeps the inning alive, and they put together a big inning. That one in the dirt. Fortunately, Muskie does a good job to keep it in front of him. And Ozak stays over at third base. Usually if it's a ball in the dirt near the runner, you either want to see it get right behind the catcher or over towards the first base side, not towards the third base side. This one hit sharply over to second. Good pick by Peterson. Throw to first in plenty of time. And with runners at every base, Muskie does a good job to keep the ball in front of him with the first pitch. Mayhews comes back with a great second pitch to get a ground ball to second. Samuelson did a good job to pick that one and flips it over to first for the scoreless inning. So we go to the bottom of the third. Score is still 8-0 on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
Congratulations to all mothers and graduates from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, your community Health Mart pharmacy. During the month of May, giftware is 20% off in time for Mother's Day, graduations, and just because. For all your healthcare needs and prescriptions, see your trusted healthcare resource, Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, downtown Valley City. Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
I'm Andrew Delabar, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of all local athletes and competitors. Call 701-742-3552 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Why pay to have a checking account when you can get paid? Hi, this is Tanya from First Community Credit Union, and we're happy to share that last year alone, our Kasasa account holders earned $2 million in rewards. Want to know how you can join in the celebration and get paid too? Stop by any of our locations and ask for free Kasasa checking. Life is better with community. First Community Credit Union, insured by NCUA. Qualifications and rules apply. See us for details.
Welcome back here to Charlie Brown Memorial Baseball Field. It is still an 8-0 ball game here in the bottom of the third inning, favoring the Shanley Deacons. Gavin Gerhardt leading things off here in the third inning. Started off the game with a walk and took a big rip at a first pitch breaking ball and came up empty. Count moves to 0-1. Gerhardt, righty, looking to lay down a bunt. Did he pull it back in time? They appeal it down to first. They're going to say he pulled it back. So Gerhardt looking to drag bunt. If you're drag bunting towards that first base side, you really want to hit it more towards second base, kind of getting that perfect spot in between the pitcher and the second baseman. And if you got speed, you'll be making it probably about 90% of the time. This one, little bloop shot in the left field, and that's going to get down for a knock. And so Gavin Gerhardt, two really good at-bats to begin the ball game. As is going to bring up Will Schwer. Schwer went down looking his first time up, and it was on that dastardly slurve that has been locking up Highliners today. As Schwer put that in his memory bank, he might open up his stance a little bit. He does operate with more of a closed stance to kind of cheat to that breaking ball. That one fouled off, maybe off the mask of the catcher, Leininger. And so it either hit the umpire or it hit the catcher. Both are out walking around right now. So it was either hit off one of the fellows with the mask. Either way, there's usually the understanding between the catcher and the umpire. If one of us gets hit in the mask, let's go for a little walk. So the count's going to start out here at 0-1. Will Schwer and the righty has that kind of closed stance for righty. And that bender is in there for another called strike. And if he opens up his stance a little bit, kind of cheats towards that breaking pitch, he's going to be able to get his hands through the zone more explosively and be able to drive that ball. But right now, they're just going away with the fastball and keeping him inside with the breaking ball and essentially just banking that he's not going to be able to pull his hands in tight enough. Fastball goes for a ball on the outside, and now there's going to be a conversation between Leininger and the pitcher. Again, as a catcher, not sure what you're talking to your pitcher about. Up 8-0. Maybe golf reservations, dinner reservations, the weather. Maybe talking about signs, but sometimes you can talk too much as a catcher. Count now at 1-2. The pitch, that's going to be outside. Now it's going to go to 2-2. That one started out as a ball, as a breaking pitch, and when a breaking pitch starts out from a right-hand pitcher on the outer half, you can just spit on that one into the spittoon for a ball. Count goes to 2-2. Gerhardt taking a big secondary lead, and it's going to pay off. He's going to jog down to second base. They again go with the breaking ball on the outside, and Gerhardt easily gets over to second base. Wondering, though, what that meeting was about, because they've gotten Schwer looking with the bender inside, and they've gone to the outside with it twice. Now the question is, do they go to the fastball on a full count? Pitch swung on and missed, and it was the express. So this will bring up Max Mayhus. Mayhus walked in his first plate appearance, and so did the man behind him, Broden Muskie. But a pair of strikeouts ended that first inning without any runs coming across. So Max Mayhus, after getting shelled in that first inning, has come back with two solid innings of work in the second and third, and he would love nothing more than to bust up his opposition's shutout. Takes a high fastball for ball one. Mayhus getting into a bit of an athletic crouch. He's opening up the stance a little bit. That fastball is going to run up and inside, and the count goes to 2-0. I'll look back on this one because Ken starting to struggle a little bit for control. He's going through this stretch kind of quickly. That might be why. He's kind of slowing it down, but he again is having a little bit of hard time finding the strike zone. That's going to go to a 3-0 count. So Rosberg has had a little bit of control problems. He's got 3 walks in the game. Does have a handful of strikeouts though at 5. This one skied into the air towards the Shanley dugout. Will it stay in play? First baseman, the catcher, given pursuit. It bounces into the dugout, and it bounces into the field of play. Second baseman makes the jumping catch, but it goes for naught. So 3 balls, 1 strike. Max Mayhews would love nothing more than to bust up this shutout. Pretty standard infield arrangement. Second baseman cheating over a little bit to cover second, but he's back over towards his normal spot. Big bender in there for a called strike, and they tried to go outside with that pitch multiple times to Will Schwer, and Schwer was having none of it. They come back inside on that one, and it's in for a strike. And threw a bit of a changeup that time, not necessarily the straight express, and that's going to be in for a swinging strike 3. So that is 6 strikeouts on the day for Rosberg. And this will bring up Broden Muskie, who's probably had the best contact of anyone today. He drove a ball deep out to left field, but foul, and then hit a ball that, with a little bit of luck, could have plated 2 runs if it stayed fair. This one pounded out to center field. Center fielder maybe fighting the sun a little bit, but it looks like he's got a good track on it. He'll make the catch. And so Broden Muskie's having one of those days where you have to remember it's all about the process. You hit the ball square 3 times so far, but all you got to show for it is a fly out and 2 foul balls. We go to the top of the 4th. It is still a 8-0 lead for Shanley here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
During this planting season, contact the guys at Gramlow LTD in Fullerton. They'll be happy to give you the advice to be certain that your planter will operate to the best of its ability. They can assist with meter testing and calibration, and row unit and drive system inspection and maintenance. They have many products to keep things working properly in the field and to be certain every seed gets stimulated, spaced, and placed properly in the soil. Gramlow LTD Fullerton, 375-6330, or visit GramlowLTD.com.
For over 40 years, Custom Machine has delivered on quality and service. Whether it's 1 part or 1,000, they guarantee superior results from prototype to production. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, Custom Machine is a full-service weld and fabrication shop, offering CNC machining, water jet precision cutting, fabrication, and production welding capabilities to meet all your metal working needs. Find out more at www.custommachine.net. Custom Machine Oaks, 742-3188.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout at CPA 701-845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member FINRA and SIPC.
May is a busy month. Mother's Day, graduations, Memorial Day, and May is National Barbecue Month. What makes you the grill master? That's easy. All those quality meats from Valley Meat Supply. Big, juicy steaks cut the way you want. Tasty pork chops and stuffed pork chops. Burger patties, flavored brats, and homemade wieners. They also have meat and cheese trays and sandwich meats and cheeses for your special event. Valley Meat Supply, West Main, Valley City.
Welcome back to Charlie Brown Memorial Baseball Field. Jerry Edwards here with you on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC, set to begin at the top of the 4th inning. And we're still looking at an 8-0 score. Shanley scored all their runs in that first inning and have not cracked the scoreboard since. Leading off will be the shortstop, Tommy Simon, and it'll be a new pitcher out there. It'll be Jack Samuelson coming into the game. And I believe you're going to see Carver Peterson stay over at shortstop and Max Mayhews go over to second base. So the final line for Mayhews, 8 runs, 8 hits, 3 innings pitched, 4 strikeouts. Able to calculate it for you in a little bit about how many of those were earned runs. First pitch just a touch inside for ball one. So probably about, I'd say, 6 of those runs just off the memory test were earned. He had one come in on he had a couple come in on some errors, and so probably about 5 to 6 of those runs were earned. And we'll have the full game recap for you over on newsdakota.com after the game. That one taking a rip at, bit of a late swing. It's going to be fouled back into the screen. Count now goes to 1-2. Beautiful day for baseball here at Charlie Brown Memorial Field. Seeing plenty of people lining the street as well as plenty of people inside the stadium. That fastball is going to be a touch up, and that's going to go for a 2-2 count. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs here in the top of the 4th inning. This one laced over to short. Bit of an in-between hop, bobble, and he's going to put it in his pocket. And that's going to go down as the E6.
The pitcher, number 27,
and
Michael Rosberg.
It's going to bring up Michael Rosberg. Rosberg has been good on the mound so far. Would like to get something going from his point of view in the batter's box. Only time he reached base was on a throwing error by the third baseman, Gavin Gerhardt. So he's 0 for 2 on the day. He went down looking his last plate appearance. And so Michael Rosberg with a runner on first base. No outs. Decent sized lead being taken over at first base. Runner staying put for now. Big swing taken. And he's trying to pull the ball and kind of alligator armed that swing and couldn't hit the fastball on the outside half. Danielson comes set and delivers. Again, another fastball on the outside half, and Rosberg, and he's trying to pull it, but it is so hard to pull fastballs on the outer half of the plate. Sampson doing a good job of keeping the ball down. Keep the ball down. Might be able to work a ground ball and possibly 2 outs. Buzzes the tower inside, and the count's going to go to 1-2. So 8 runs, 8 hits, no errors for the Deacons. It is no runs, 1 hit, and 4 errors for the Highliners. Tried to throw kind of a cutter that time and started out a little too high. The count goes to 2-2. So Rosberg, after taking a rip at kind of 2 50-50 pitches, has laid off 2 pitches out of the zone to work the count back to even. Comes set, delivers, fastball chopped over to short, and that one takes a nasty hop, and that's going to get through. Nothing the shortstop could do on that one, and ball didn't touch the glove, so if we're going by the pure rules of it, it can't be ruled in air if the fielder never touched it. But me and the scorekeeper are going to have a difference of opinion on that one, it looks like. He marks it down as the E, which is what I have to mark it down as. That was more or less a single in my opinion, but so a couple of errors open up things here for the Highliners, and that is E number 5 on the game for Valley City. So runners on the corners here with no outs. Bowden Meyer, left fielder. He hit into a fielder's choice his first time up to drive in a run and struck out in his second plate appearance. The next 3 batters up, I should say, for Shanley, all struck out their last plate appearance. Shallow fly ball, first baseman Fisher given pursuit, and he's not going to find it in time as couldn't quite run that one down. Decent amount of foul territory here over at Charlie Brown Memorial, especially if you're about halfway down the line. That's when you're dealing with a lot of the foul territory. So runners on the corners here with a 1-1 count. Meyer looking for perhaps his second RBI of the game. Pitched by Samuelson. Way outside. Good effort by Muskie to prevent that one from getting by him, and the count goes to 2-1. Landon Hale is the man on deck. He reached off an error his first plate appearance and struck out looking. Again, the next 3 batters for Shanley all struck out in their last plate appearance. Highlanders would like to duplicate that success, but this is going to be a little fly ball in the left field. Going to be caught. Runner tagging up from third. Throw to the plate, not going to be in time. Gerhardt cut it off. Didn't have really a chance at the plate anyways. So Gerhardt did a good job preventing that runner from going all the way up to second base on the throw. So sac fly is going to bring in the runner to score. And so this will bring up Landon Hale with a runner at first base. So it is a 9-0 Shanley lead. They would like to get that 10th run home to put in danger Highliners of having to score to keep the game going on here once it gets to the 5th inning. Breaking ball, backs up the hitter. That's going to go for ball 1. So Landon Hale, again 0 for 2. Struck out his last time up. This one chopped off the plate and off the batter, and that's going to kill the ball, and that's going to make it a 1-1 count. Saw that at Fargo North on Tuesday. I believe it was Muskie that chopped the ball off the plate, and there was some confusion whether it was fair or foul. And usually the old rule of thumb is that the umpire will yell his lungs out if it's foul and not say anything if it's fair, but on a 50-50 play like that, you never know, and resulted in an out when it could have actually been the first hit of the game for the Highliners. And now you're going to see Hale step out of the box and again consult his notes. 9-0 lead notes. That one's going to run inside. Count goes 3-1. Pick throw back to first. And the runner's going to get back in plenty of time. So it's going to be a 3-1 count. So I believe that's still Michael Rosberg over at first base. Certainly not afraid of having their pitcher out there to run. That one going to be in the dirt, ball 4. And so that's going to be, I believe, only the 2nd walk issued for, no, excuse me, that's going to be the 3rd walk issued of the day for the Highliners. I don't know if you consider how many times Fargo North walked on Tuesday. Holding them to 3 walks is certainly a positive, but you'd like to hold them to a lot fewer runs. First pitch going to dot the outside corner for a called strike. This is going to be Zach Bowden coming up, one of the lefties in this Shanley attack. So count goes to 0-1. And Shanley certainly not afraid to step out of the box to collect themselves, consult their notes, and then dig back in. This one laced in the right field. That's going to get down for a single. Not a good read by Rosberg. Throw's going to come back in. Fisher cuts it off. And Rosberg just did not get a good look at that one as right fielder Corbin Powell came in to play the ball off a hop, and Rosberg was no more than maybe 4 steps off the base, and by the time he read it, the throw was already coming back in. So it's a single out in the left field, and as someone that hit ninth a lot in the lineup, you don't get a lot of opportunities to drive in runs. And you would really like those runners on second base to get that good read. But now sometimes 9-hole hitters can't be choosers. So Valley City playing in here, not only at the corners, but up the middle as well. Sam Osvac, well, he's a home run shy of the cycle. That one's going to run inside for ball 1. Osvac also with a couple of RBIs on the day as well. The next pitch taken for ball 2, and this is the deepest Osvac's ever gone into an at-bat in this game. It's either been first pitch swinging or second pitch swinging. Count sitting at 2-0 again. Valley City playing in, looking to take the ball home. That one dots the outside corner for a called strike. Oh, Osvac, you can pull this ball up the middle. There's a lot of room out there. Takes one outside for ball 3. So how Valley City's playing this right now is they're playing in at, every single infield position, but in the outfield, they have the center fielder shifted well over to the right-hand side. If this ball is hit back up the middle with a little bit of English that carried into left center, Osvath could run forever. Takes a fastball in there for a called strike. And it's going to be a 2-2 count. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Samuelson kicks, fires, chops this one over the second. They're going to come home for 1. Out at home, they're going to put the ball in the pocket, and so they'll get the fielder's choice. And so, good idea by the Highliners to come home instead of try for the double play. Osvath runs well, and of course, if they allow that 10th run to come in and score, they will have to score themselves to keep the game going. A reminder, if you are going down to the Highliner game tomorrow in Wahpeton, that game has been moved up to 9 a.m. so that they might avoid the chance for rain. Big swinging strike. That's going to foul the ball off as the count goes to 0-1. This is going to bring up Landon Meyer. Landon Meyer singled his last plate appearance. This one skied into right field. Should be playable. And the catch is made. So bases were loaded up, but the damage was minimized as it's a 9-0 game as we go to the bottom of the 4th inning here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
Bank North offers the perfect sync for your busy life with our online banking and mobile app. Life moves fast these days, maybe too fast at times for some of us. Fortunately, with Bank North's online banking and easy-to-use mobile app, you can always keep up. Wherever you go, take us along and handle all your banking needs at any time. It's values-based banking without ever slowing down. To get yours, visit ibanknorth.com today. Member FDIC and proud supporter of our communities.
Congratulations to all mothers and graduates from Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, your community Health Mart pharmacy. During the month of May, giftware is 20% off in time for Mother's Day, graduations, and just because. For all your healthcare needs and prescriptions, see your trusted healthcare resource, Central Avenue Health Mart Pharmacy, downtown Valley City. Health Mart, taking time to listen and care.
Every body is different. Some experience injuries, while others need extra support.
I'll help you, Grandma.
At Jamestown Regional Medical Center, your health is what matters most. Our orthopedics and sports medicine team care for you and your unique needs. Their goal is to help you live your best life. Choose Jamestown Regional Medical Center for care of hips, shoulders, knees, and broken bones. Learn more at jrmcnd.com/orthopedics.
We're back here at Charlie Brown Memorial Baseball Field. Excuse me, nearly coughed into the microphone. That would not have been good. No one wants to hear that. 9-0 lead here for the Shanley Deacons. They pushed across 1 in that inning. Could have been a lot worse, but the Highlanders did a good job to kind of minimize the damage. Kind of a curved ball in there. Ties up Kai Kringley. And he's 0 for 1 in the game. He went down swinging in his first plate appearance. Curveball just misses inside, and the count's going to be at 1-1. So Kai Kringley looking to get the inning started off right here for the Highliners. This one skied into the air. That looks like it's going to get over everything. First baseman giving pursuit. And that one's going to roll back down the hill. Count's going to go to 1-2. And there's a excited fan running back with the ball. Is going to have to throw it back into play. Apparently, there's a conversation about someone getting an iced tea for returning the ball. Count now at 1-2. The pitch. Curveball that clipped the inside corner, but it was a little too high, and the count goes to 2-2. So, as much as the Highliners like the fact they kept this game within single digits, they would like to be able to score some runs themselves to get them some insurance, because the middle of the order, the dangerous middle part of the order, is coming up for Shanley. Big rip taken, and it looks like that Kringley was just able to get enough of it to foul it off, and that's going to keep the count at 2-2. A reminder, we will get you out to the Twins game as soon as this game concludes. Right now, that game in the second inning, it is scoreless between the Twins and the Guardians. And the 2-2 count. The pitch is a fastball, a little bit of a late swing by Kringley, and that's going to be fouled off into the distance. Count stays at 2-2. So Rosberg, he's had some very good innings in this game, but he's had some innings where he's had to work. This is going to be fouled back into the screen. Kringley not making it easy for him. And Valley City's going to send out Gavin Gerhardt to get the ball. And he's going to jog it back into the dugout. Don't know if he's going to be able to turn that ball in for a free tee or not. Rosberg shakes off a couple signs, delivers. That one looked like it was going to run inside and hit Kringley. Kringley pops back and takes it in for ball 3. So full count now at 3-2. It's one of the rare times that breaking pitch stayed outside and never came back across. That one's going to go behind the head of Kringley. He ducks out of the way of it and takes his walk.
The first baseman, number 4, Robert Fisher.
So here comes Robert Fisher. Fisher, the first baseman today, struck out looking at his only plate appearance. And starting to notice that curve, slurve, whatever you want to call it, doesn't have quite as much snap as it did in the early part of the game. That could be a real game changer for the Highliners. They can just really sit on that fastball. Got to catch up to it first. If Fisher takes a big hack on that fastball but comes up empty. So Fisher, the righty, getting well up on that plate, crowding him, not giving him any oxygen. Takes a big rip on the fastball, and it goes out of play for a foul ball. So Fisher just really getting up on that plate, trying to crowd him, almost daring him to throw. Was daring him to throw that, curved ball inside. Either it's going to hit him or it's going to be a ball. Throws the fastball outside, and the count's going to go to 1-2. Jack Samuelson, the man on deck. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Here with no outs in the bottom of the 4th. 9-0 lead on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard, and we're going to tally our first out as Fisher goes down looking for the second time today. So Fisher goes down with his second strikeout looking of the day, and this is going to bring up Jack Samuelson. So 9 runs, 9 hits for the Shanley Deacons. No runs, 1 hit, 5 errors for the Highliners. Half swing. Now we're close to going around, and that's going to be taken for ball 1. Reminder, scoreboard brought to you by LaRue Lockout Financial. If you keep it simple and invest properly, your dollars will indeed go farther. So Jack Samuelson trying to get on the board himself. He struck out looking much like Fisher in his first plate appearance. Corbin Powell, the next man up, he popped out in foul territory. And that's going to be inside for ball 2. A couple of teammates inside the Valley City dugout telling Samuelson to wear it. Well, it's always easier to say wear it when you're 70 feet away. The next pitch, that's going to be outside for ball 3. So Samuelson doing a good job of laying off some non-competitive pitches. And for Shanley, again, they're just riding the arm of Rosberg right now. They would like to keep it at a 9-0 deficit, so they only have to score 1 run to put the Highliners in danger. Fastball in there for a called strike as the count now goes to 3-1. So Corbin Powell, the man on deck. In the hole right now is Carver Peterson. Bottom of the order, trying to find a way to get it up to the top part, and another walk. So again, the Highliners, not a lot of hits in the game, but a lot of walks.
The right fielder, number 13, Corbin Powell.
I believe that is their 5th walk today. So this will bring up Corbin Powell, today's right fielder. He caught the fly out to end the top half of this inning. Now he'd like to spark a rally in the top. in the bottom half, and he puts it out into left field. They're going to hold the runner at third base. It's hit almost too hard. That's sometimes the devil of making good contact with a runner on second base. You can hit it too hard sometimes where you can smoke the ball off the bat and not get the RBI. But Corbin Powell would like to bottle that swing and use it over and over again. As for the second time today, the Highliners have the bases loaded here with less than 2 outs. Carver Peterson coming up. He bounced out to third his last time up. That one's going to be in there for a called strike. If Peterson's focusing on putting the ball in play, where he really wants to put it is on the backhand side of the shortstop. That'll take a heck of an effort to get that double play. The next pitch. And he got fooled on that curveball. And you can knuckle up on a fastball all you want, but if the pitcher's got the confidence to throw an 0-1 curveball with runners on every base, sometimes you just got to tip your hat to him. Now it's about to see how devious Rosberg's going to be here on the 0-2 count. The pitch. Bender gets him swinging late, and Peterson gave up on it early and couldn't catch back up to it.
The third baseman, number 2, Gavin Gerhardt.
So Gavin Gerhardt, the leadoff man for the Highliners, coming up. Not very often as a leadoff man do you get bases loaded. Gerhardt got a quality single to get the Highliners their first hit of the game. He would like a quality gapper to score all those runs. Hits it out in the right field. Right fielder taking a bit of an awkward route. Is he going to get to it? Oh, snags it. Snow coned out in right field by Zach Bowden. And, man, he took an interesting route. He turned over to his left shoulder, the right, to the left, and eventually just snow coned it with the glove. And the Highliners have driven the ball deep a couple times, but a couple of nice catches have been made. And we go to the top of the 5th with Shanley leading 9-0.
Bayshore City Side is a leading power sports and marine dealer, proudly serving the Valley City area. Their goal is to help you with all your needs: sales, service, accessories, and apparel. Experience the lineup of Polaris utility vehicles and ATVs, Starcraft boats and pontoons, and steel outdoor tools. At Bayshore City Side, they're committed to finding the right products at the best possible price. And certified technicians are always on hand to take care of your service needs. Bayshore City Side, West Main, Valley City.
At CHI Mercy Health, we believe human kindness is at the root of all healing, providing care on a human level, courage when it's needed most, and a connection that's ever present among us all. Human kindness is meant to be shared. It puts a smile on someone's face and seeks to do the same for others. Take the time to nourish what's inside and watch your life flourish outside, because taking care of yourself is an act of human kindness. Just like human kindness, happiness can come from the most unexpected places. Whether it's from your friend, your dog, or a memory, embrace it and pass it on. CHI Mercy Health of Valley City.
I'm Andrew Delabar, your local Edward Jones financial advisor. We're all about financial investments, but we also value the investments of time, patience, and encouragement our young athletes receive from their coaches, teachers, and mentors. That's why Edward Jones is a proud sponsor of all local athletes and competitors. Call 701-742-3552 or visit edwardjones.com for all your investment needs. Edward Jones, member SIPC.
Why pay to have a checking account when you can get paid? Hi, this is Tanya from First Community Credit Union, and we're happy to share that last year alone, our Kasasa account holders earned $2 million in rewards. Want to know how you can join in the celebration and get paid too? Stop by any of our locations and ask for free Kasasa checking. Life is better with community. First Community Credit Union, insured by NCUA. Qualifications and rules apply. See us for details.
Welcome back in here to Charlie Brown Memorial Baseball Field. Jerry Edwards back here with you. Going to be Jack Samuelson back out there for his second inning of work. New catcher behind the dish. Not sure if that is Kai Kringley or if that might be Aaron Deaver. Can't quite tell if it's a 1, a 2, or whatever it is, but there's definitely a 1 in the number. So it's going to be Corbin Powell, from what I can tell. He's behind the dish. So it was neither a 0 or a 2. It was, in fact, a 3. Need to make clear catching straps of things so I can get a better read. So the foul ball is going to make the count 0-1. Jordan Lineker starting things out here for Shanley. Takes a big rip and smashes it to third. Gerhardt tried to pick it. Couldn't quite do it, and that's going to be a line drive single to start things off here for Shanley.
The catcher, number 34, Adam Leiniger.
So Adam Leiniger, he's going to have bad intentions this at bat. He led off the game. He led off this game with a 3-run homer, then got a single on a bunt, and then came up with bases loaded, 2 outs, an opportunity to bust the game open for Shanley, and walked away with nothing. So the man that's used to driving in runs that left 3 stakes out there, got to be careful pitching to him this time around. And he's going to chop this one in between second and first. Can't quite get the glove to it, and so it's going to be back-to-back singles. Start things out here for Shanley. So now you have Tommy Simon and Michael Rosberg. The next 2 men coming up. It's going to be Simon leading off. He's going to be coming up here with 2 men on. He's got a single, fly out to center field, and an E6. So that's now 11 hits for the Shanley Deacons. And a reminder, after this game concludes, we will get it out to the Minnesota Twins game in progress. Right now over in Cleveland, top of the third, it is a 0-0 ball game with the Twins hitting right now. 1-0 count, I should say, on the Locklisle Financial scoreboard. One ball, no strikes. Samuelson taking his time here. First baseman is playing in. Fastball going to be in there for a called strike. So Fisher, the only highliner playing in. You're starting to see Gerhardt playing a little bit on the third base side. Small ball would not be out of the question here. Again, 1 run would force the highliners to have to score in the next inning to keep the game going. This one chopped over the first, and Fisher playing a little too far inside. They're going to wave that runner around third. A little bit of a late throw, and Muskie just got caught in between, didn't know where to go to second, didn't know where to go home. And the double clutch allows that run to come in to score, so it's back-to-back-to-back singles. Run comes in to score, and now the highliners will have to score at least 1 run to keep this game going. So this will be Michael Rosberg opportunity if they bring him back out for the last inning for the complete game shutout. He would like to give himself a bit more insurance than that 1 run. If he can find a gap here. Rosberg reached on an error his last time up. Fastball in there for a called strike. Rosberg 0 for 3 on the day, excuse me. He's got that 1 strikeout looking. Count now at 0-1. Samuelson trying to wiggle off the hook, trying to force some soft contact, but he throws that one high and out of the zone. The count goes to 1-1. So pretty standard defensive alignment up the middle. On the right side, though, again, Fisher playing in, guarding the bunt, and that's going to be a swing and strike. The count's going to go to 1-2. And sometimes when you're playing in, you get less time, obviously, to react to a pitch. And if Fisher was playing back normally, he might have been able to backhand that one with that big first baseman's mitt, but he's hit a bit too hard, and he was playing a bit too in. But Rosberg goes down swinging. So that's his second punch out of the game. And so Bowden Meyer coming up. Meyer has had a very productive day without a hit. He has got the fielder's choice RBI. He's got the sac fly RBI. The only time he hasn't been productive was in that second inning when he struck out. This one's going to be over to second. They're going to go over to second for 1. They're going to call him safe, and I'm not so sure about that one.
Agree to disagree. I don't agree to that. Neither do I. Third baseman number 8.
And so sound effects taking pot shots at the umpire. At least the umpire can't hear my mild criticism. So we got runners at every single base for Shanley. with 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. 10-0 lead here for the Deacons here on the LaRue Lockout Financial scoreboard. Fastball in there for a called strike. So Meyer reaches on the fielder's choice. Landon Hale, the next man up, reached on an error his first plate appearance, struck out looking, and then walked. Chops it in between everyone, and that's going to get through for a single. They're going to wave. Nope, they're going to keep that runner at third base, so only the 1 run comes around to score. So that is 4 singles in this inning. And the line keeps moving, and now the Highliners will have to score 2 runs. Zach Bowden, the right fielder, he made that very nice catch last inning to prevent 3 runs from scoring for Valley City. Takes a fastball that's on the outside corner for a called strike. Count moves to 0-1, so it's an 0-1 count with 1 out here in the top part of this 5th inning, with Shanley leading 11-0. This one laced back up the middle, and that's going to drive in a pair. And so another single. And sometimes you don't know what's worse, having the ball bludgeoned around the ballpark or death by 1,000 paper cuts. And right now in this 5th inning, it is death by 1,000 paper cuts with Chinese water torture on top of it. So Sam Oshvak coming up. He's got a pair of doubles on the day as well as a single. So Oshvak, he's got himself a couple RBIs, and he's going to lace this thing to short. Nice play on the backhand. Out at second. Throw to first. Just a bit late. Oshvak hustling down the line to beat it out. So that's back-to-back times he's reached on the fielder's choice. So that's a big second out. And it'll keep the deficit at 13-0. So the Highliners will need to score 4 runs in this next inning if they want to keep this game going. Landon Meyer coming up. He's flown out, reached on a triple, got a single, and has flown out to right field. So Jordan Lininger on deck. He would represent the batting around portion of this lineup if they do get there. That one taken outside for ball 1. Count goes to 1-0. 13-0 lead here for Shanley on 14 hits. Shanley, again, had that kind of stretch where they were struggling to score runs. They only scored 1 run in the next 3 innings after putting up that big 8 spot in the first inning. But eventually the dam gave way here in this 5th inning, and Shanley really starting to pour it on. That one just a touch inside for ball 3, and that's going to move the count to 3-0. So Lininger not going to get a chance yet, as that one's in there for a called strike. So Meyer, who with a triple would obviously plate both those runs on the corner, takes a big chop and swing at one, hits it at second, takes a weird bounce, throw to first in plenty of time. That one had some crazy English to it, but a nice recovery play made over by, I believe that's May, who's at second base, and flips it to first to end the inning. But 4 runs come across, and that's exactly how many Valley City is going to have to score in the bottom half of this inning to keep it alive. We'll be back here in a few minutes here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC.
During this planting season, contact the guys at Gramlow LTD in Fullerton. They'll be happy to give you the advice to be certain that your planter will operate to the best of its ability. They can assist with meter testing and calibration, and row unit and drive system inspection and maintenance. They have many products to keep things working properly in the field and to be certain every seed gets stimulated, spaced, and placed properly in the soil. Gramlow LTD Fullerton, 375-6330, or visit gramlowltd.com.
For over 40 years, Custom Machine has delivered on quality and service. Whether it's 1 part or 1,000, they guarantee superior results from prototype to production. Located in Oaks, North Dakota, Custom Machine is a full-service weld and fabrication shop. offering CNC machining, water jet precision cutting, fabrication, and production welding capabilities to meet all your metalworking needs. Find out more at www.custommachine.net. Custom Machine Oaks, 742-3188.
Are you on the right financial path? Are all your financial professionals on the same page? At LaRue Lockout Financial, you can be assured that your investment professional and tax professional are working together. Call Ryan LaRue at 701-845-6938 or James M. Lockout at CPA 701-845-1660. Services offered through Investment Advisors, a division of Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered investment advisor, and securities offered through Pro Equities Incorporated, a registered broker-dealer and member FINRA and SIPC.
Hi, I'm Kara Weep with Bank Forward in Valley City. Whether it's opening a checking account, saving for college, or starting your own business, Bank Forward is the bank big enough to help, but we're small enough to know your name. Call 845-1220 or visit bankforward.com today. Striving to be the bank that defines customer service since 1927. It's simply the Forward way. Bank Forward, member FDIC.
Now is the time, now is the time.
Welcome back here to Charlie Brown Memorial Baseball Field. Jerry Edwards back here on the Voice of the Valley, KOVC. 13-0 lead here for the Shanley Deacons as they'll look to close things out here. Pitching change made for the Deacons. As the final line for Rossburg will read 4 innings pitched. And Highlanders made them dig deep for a couple innings. This one's going to be fouled up and over everything. And it's going to be Will Schwer leading things off. Again, if you are going out to that Valley City game tomorrow over in Wahpeton, rain is on the horizon, so they've moved the game up. That game is going to be at 9 a.m. over in Wahpeton. Fastball a little bit inside as the count goes to 1-1. 13 runs, 14 hits for Shanley. 0 run, 2 hits, 5 errors for the Valley City Highliners. Next pitch is going to be belted out into left field, but a good read will be made, as sometimes you can't buy a break, and Will Schwer couldn't buy one there, as that was Bowden Meyer, I believe, going down to his left. Got a good read on the ball, ended up diving down to get to the ball, but yeah, another bit of hard contact made here by Valley City. They've had a habit in this game of making really hard contact and just not being able to find fair territory or a bit of grass. Fastball's going to be low and outside as the count goes to 1-0. So Max Mayhews working on an 0 for 1 day, drew a walk in his first plate appearance and struck out swinging in the third. Fastball is going to be outside. The count goes to 2-0. So Mayhews got tagged for all those runs in that first inning, but did a good job to bounce back and throw up 3 straight zeros. And he's going to belt this one out in the center field, but again, it's just right at a Deacon. I mean, just this game is apropos if it ends this way, because 2 balls have been absolutely scorched into the outfielder, and here comes the Highliner that's had the best contact of anyone in today's lineup, but he has not been able to find fair territory or a bit of outfield to get the ball into. And mound visit, 13-0 mound visit. I don't know, again, what we're going over here. 2 outs, up by 13. Pressure-packed situation here at Charlie Brown Memorial Baseball Field. Got to have the mound visit. The umpire looking disgruntled at the catcher, saying, was that really necessary? And the catcher saying, maybe. So Broden Muskie would love nothing more than to get a defiant single, a double, a triple, something. He's had, I believe, 3 really good swings. One was a bomb down the left field line that sliced foul. The other one was a slicing ball down the left field line that didn't stay fair. That would have drove in a couple runs, and then hit one out into the outfield his last time and just couldn't find the space. Count's going to be even up here at 1-1 as that one run is inside. The next pitch to Muskie. That's going to be a cutter that runs back over the plate inside for a called strike. So the Highliners down to their last strike. Muskie would like to keep this game going, trying to get it over to Kai Kringley, who's the man on deck, but Highliners need to score 4 runs here with 2 outs. And Muskie, perhaps a bit of mind games. Takes a late timeout. The umpire grants it. He'll step out and dig back in. So Broden Muskie. Dig it in. The 1-2 pitch. In there for a called strike 3, and that'll be the ball game. So it's a 10-run mercy rule in the 5th inning as Shanley exploded for 8 runs in the 1st inning, got held scoreless in the next 2, and then in the 4th inning scored 1 run, then tagged the Highliners for 4 in the 5th inning to get their 13-0 win. Highliners had an opportunity. They had bases loaded with less than 2 outs twice, just could not find that big hit or perhaps a big walk to drive in the run, and they are still looking for their first win on the season. Let's get it out to the Twins game in progress. This is Jerry Edwards for KOVC Sports signing off.